Welcome back, Trojan family. If you've been feeling a little anxious about how USC was performing early in the transfer portal window, you're not alone. There's no denying that things started off slower than we'd hoped, especially with some key positions to fill and big expectations heading into the 2025 season. But now, the Trojans are turning up the heat and proving that patience pays off. This week has been absolutely insane for USC, with major commitments from instant impact players and key veterans returning for another season. It's clear that Lincoln Riley and the staff have a plan, and they're executing it in a way that Trojan fans can actually be excited for next season. But there's still work to do, especially along the offensive line. So let's dive into all the big moves and what they mean for USC's future. Starting last weekend, San Jose State defensive back DJ Harvey has committed to USC for the 2025 season, and it's hard not to get excited about this addition. Harvey isn't just another name, he's an elite talent with the production to back it up. His PFF coverage grade ranks number 6 nationally among cornerbacks with 300 plus snaps at 89.8. Yards per reception allowed, just 7.6 yards, also number 6 nationally. Overall defensive grade tied for number 3 nationally with a 90.3 grade, right up there with the big names like Travis Hunter. This past season, Harvey was a game changer. He recorded 58 tackles, 2 sacks, 4 interceptions, and scored 2 defensive touchdowns. Talk about being everywhere on the field. He's got the versatility to play inside or outside and looks like a lock to be a day one contributor for the Trojans. With so many key pieces leaving the secondary, Harvey fills a massive need and adds veteran leadership to a position group that's very young. As if the DJ Harvey news wasn't exciting enough, USC locked in another commitment this week from Eli Sanders, the electric running back from New Mexico. Trojan fans, this guy is a problem for opposing defenses. In 2024, he rushed for 1,063 yards, 9 touchdowns, and an eye-popping 7.2 yards per carry. He forced 38 missed tackles this season alone, averaging 3.55 yards after contact. Sanders isn't just a runner, he's a complete back. He's a solid pass catcher with 15 receptions for 134 yards last season and a 73.3 PFF pass blocking grade, ranking 29th nationally. This addition is huge for USC's running back room, giving them a dynamic playmaker who can grind out tough yards and break off explosive plays. Sanders' production this past season is right there with Woody Marks, and adding him gives the Trojans another weapon in this Lincoln Riley offense. And we can't forget the huge news in the trenches. The Trojans' defensive line just got a lot scarier. USC landed 2 major commitments this week in Keeshawn Silver and Jah Jarrett, 2 players who bring size, versatility, and upside to the front 7. Silver is the kind of player that you build a defensive line around. At 6'4", 336 pounds, he's a former 5-star recruit and one of the top defensive tackle targets for Coach Eric Henderson. He started 23 games over 2 seasons at Kentucky and finished 2024 with 26 tackles, 1 sack, and 9 quarterback pressures. What stands out about Silver is his ability to eat up gaps and free up linebackers to make plays. He's exactly the kind of player USC needs to solidify the interior of their defense. And the fact that the Trojans beat out heavyweights in the NIL world to land him shows how serious they are about upgrading the trenches. And for Jah Jarrett, at 6'5", 380 pounds, Jarrett is a mountain of a man with huge upside. While he's still developing, his sheer size and power make him a nightmare for offensive lines. Jarrett played sparingly at Georgia, but the flashes are there, and he's ready to take the next step in his development at USC. Defensive coordinator Danton Lynn emphasized the importance of adding size and versatility, and Jarrett checks those boxes. This duo of Silver and Jarrett is going to give the Trojans the physicality they've been missing up front. It's not all about new additions. The Trojans are also getting 2 key veterans back for the 2025 season. Kamari Ramsey, our star safety, is coming back after a standout season where he finished with 53 tackles, 5.5 tackles for loss, 5 pass breakups, and 2 forced fumbles. Ramsey's decision to return is huge for our secondary after we're going to be losing many starters. He's easily going to be the leader of the group next year. And big Emmanuel Pregnon, the all Big Ten guard, is returning to anchor the offensive line. E-Man was USC's highest graded offensive lineman this season and a big reason why the Trojans finished number 18th in rushing yards per attempt. His return gives new offensive line coach Zach Hansen a cornerstone to build around as the Trojans look to reload up front. As great as this week has been, the job isn't done. USC still has critical needs to address, especially on the offensive line, with center Jonah Monheim heading to the NFL and right tackle Mason Murphy transferring out. The Trojans must add a center, a right tackle, and more depth across the line. This group improved steadily throughout the season, but more reinforcements are needed to keep building on that progress. Other positions like linebacker and wide receiver could also use additional depth. USC is making big moves, but the roster is still a work in progress as the staff targets more talent from the portal. USC isn't just reloading, they're transforming into a team that can dominate in every phase of the game. The addition of DJ Harvey, Eli Sanders, Keeshawn Silver, and Jah Jarrett address major needs, and the return of Kamari, Ramsey, and Emmanuel Pregnon provide veteran leadership and continuity. But here's the best part.
I think we ain't done yet.
More visits are lined up, and the coaching staff is laser focused on building a roster that can compete at the highest level. This week has been a statement. USC is all in on winning, and it has to be. And Trojan fans should be fired up about what's coming next. Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Which commitment are you most excited about? Who do you think is next to join the Trojans? And how excited are you that Kamari, Ramsey, and E-Man are coming back next season? Every like, subscribe, and share helps us keep the momentum going. Let's keep the torch burning bright, and as always, fight on.